The 19th Amendment, ratified in 1920, marked a pivotal moment in American history by granting women the right to vote. This monumental achievement was the result of decades of tireless activism and advocacy within the women's suffrage movement, which sought to challenge societal norms and fight for equality. The historical context surrounding the amendment is rich, filled with stories of brave women who organized, marched, and spoke out against injustice. As we delve into this topic, we'll explore not only the significance of the 19th Amendment, but also its lasting impact on voting rights and gender equality. Join us on this journey to understand how this landmark legislation transformed the political landscape and empowered generations of women to make their voices heard. Historical context. The journey to the ratification of the 19th Amendment was shaped by a complex social and political climate that evolved over nearly a century. Beginning in the 1820s, early advocates like Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony laid the groundwork for the women's suffrage movement, organizing conventions and rallies to demand equal rights. Key events, such as the Seneca Falls Convention in 1848, ignited public awareness and support for women's voting rights. As the movement gained momentum, it faced fierce opposition, yet influential figures continued to push forward. By the early 20th century, the suffragists employed strategic campaigns, including marches and protests, to capture national attention. The struggles and triumphs that ultimately led to the historic ratification of the 19th Amendment, rooted in the 19th century. The suffrage movement. The suffrage movement was marked by strategic organization and relentless advocacy for women's voting rights. One of the pivotal groups formed was the National American Woman Suffrage Association, or NAWSA, which united various factions of the movement to create a powerful voice for change. Suffragists employed a variety of tactics, including protests, marches, and campaigns that captured public attention and raised awareness about their cause. Notable events, such as the 1913 Women's Suffrage Procession in Washington, D.C., showcased the determination and unity of women fighting for their rights. These rallies not only galvanized support, but also highlighted the injustices women faced, ultimately leading to the hard-won right to vote. The ratification of the 19th Amendment in 1920 was the culmination of a long and arduous legislative journey. Introduced in Congress in 1878, the amendment faced decades of debate and opposition before finally gaining traction. Key states played a crucial role in the ratification process, with Tennessee being the decisive state that pushed the amendment over the finish line. The passionate efforts of suffragists, who lobbied state legislators and organized campaigns, were instrumental in securing the necessary votes. When the amendment was officially ratified, celebrations erupted across the nation, symbolizing a monumental victory for women's rights. The ratification of the 19th Amendment had profound, immediate, and long-term effects on women's roles in society and politics. For the first time, women could actively participate in the electoral process, leading to increased representation and influence in decision-making. This shift empowered women to advocate for issues such as education, healthcare, and labor rights. However, the amendment did not mark the end of the struggle for equality. Many women, particularly women of color, continued to face barriers to voting through discriminatory practices. The fight for equal rights persisted, highlighting the ongoing challenges within the broader movement for gender equality. Women's participation in elections has evolved over the decades, and continues to shape American democracy today. In summary, the 19th Amendment stands as a landmark achievement in the fight for women's rights, fundamentally shaping modern democracy by granting women the right to vote. This pivotal moment not only transformed women's roles in society and politics, but also ignited ongoing struggles for equality that continue today. As we reflect on the progress made, it's essential to recognize that the fight for equal rights is far from over. We encourage you to engage with this topic by sharing your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. If you found this video informative and inspiring, please subscribe, like, and share it with others who might be interested in learning more about the history and significance of women's suffrage. Together, we can continue to honor the legacy of those who fought for our rights.